So these are the truths, these are the beliefs. It took us as a human race a long time to let go of this belief that the earth was flat. We struggled for a long, long time in this idea that if you walked to the edge of the earth or sailed out to the edge of the earth, the horizon, you would just go over the edge and that would be it. And then somebody had the courage and the wisdom and the belief to say, I'm going to try this. I'm going to go a little bit further than anybody that we've ever known or heard about has gone before, and have this experience and see what it's like, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to return and tell you that there's something greater out there. This is what all of our leaders and philosophers and teachers and master teachers are wanting us to understand. All of our saints and philosophers are trying to get to us to say, if you just step out a little bit further, you will find something greater and something newer, and you'll be able to return back and say to others, it's there, it's possible. The potential, you can have this, and something even more. So what are some of these truths that we need to look at in order to get out of the old? So the first one that Greg speaks to is that when we are willing to use the current science and information that is available to us, that we can diffuse the crisis that is going on in the world right now. If you believe that there is starvation in the world, and there's nothing that we can do about it, then that's a belief that needs to be let go of. Because there is the science and the technology and the information that has been telling us for a long time that truly we can feed everybody in the world. But we have not yet been willing to do so. Because we're caught up into holding on to our greed, our lack, our limitation, and our fear that if I were to give something away, that there wouldn't be anything left for me. And so I have to hoard on to more than I really need at the expense of somebody else. But the reality of it is that there is more than enough. This is an abundant world. There is nothing wrong with this planet Earth. If there's a crisis on this planet, it's with the human race. And like the dinosaurs, we could become extinct, and the planet Earth would keep on keeping on. The sun would continue to rise. The moon would orbit. The Earth would be just as happy as could be. There is nothing wrong with this planet Earth. What needs to happen is the human race has to change its consciousness. And we've got the information and the technology and the science by which we can do these things. We have to have the willingness. The second truth that he talks to is that we have to open up the mainstream education system to reflect the new discoveries and to allow for exploration into new theories. We have an educational system that's keeping us limited for whatever reasons. And there are lots of reasons, and some of them may not make sense, and some of them may not even be real. But there are reasons by which we have kept ourselves limited. Because it's available. Because we don't have the willingness. Because we don't have the desire. Because we want to control something, and if we were to let it go and allow people to have, the freedom to explore new theories in a way that could bring about something new, then our education system would have to reinvent itself in order to allow all of this stuff coming in at a rate that is incredibly fast. I don't know if you saw this, but there was a report on the news. There's a 17-year-old that had come up with a theory, a solution on how to cure cancer. Brilliant mind, 17 years old, a brilliant teenager who had come up with this idea about, and I can't even begin to explain it, but it was some kind of a little thing that gets coated with something and it goes in and it attaches to, the cancer cells, and then you beam this energy light and it breaks open and gobbles up the cancer cell. And I'm like, how do you do that at 17? But where in our educational system do we allow these brilliant minds to come forth and have the opportunity to do that? Because we want to restrict people from our education. I'm sorry, you can't come to this school because you're not, wealthy enough, or you don't have the right grades, or you don't have the right culture, or you come from a different family, or whatever. We've limited our education. We need to challenge our education system, to challenge all of our students to be the best that they can be. And if academics is not their forte, then we should challenge them to be the best musicians or the best plumbers or whatever. Find out what they're good at and set them free. That's how you open up the education system. Life, here's the third truth, life. And this has been proven by science long, long ago. But we haven't opened up to this. Life is based on mutual aid and cooperation. Somebody named Darwin went out and proposed a theory and said that life was based on the strongest, the most powerful, the biggest. And everybody just bought that. And it has been disproved time and time and time again. That is not how life works. Life expands and grows based on mutual cooperation and nurturance. We need to cooperate and we need to nurture one another in order to expand life. That's how life gets greater. The fourth truth is we need to learn from our ancestors. There have been civilizations long before ours that have been through equal crises in their time that either survived or didn't survive. And we've studied them. We could learn from them. We could move beyond these conditions in our world that we think that global warming and atomic warfare and hunger and dis-ease and not enough oil, whatever comes up with, we think is going to end life on earth. If we allow it, it could. But we have the ability to know better. And we know civilizations that have done this, and we could follow their example. We could learn from them. The fifth truth is that we need to rely on the evidence proven. And I have told you this time and time again. Do not take anything that I say about the principles of science of mind just because I said it. If you do not take this message, if you do not take this information, if you do not take the opportunity to take the principles that we teach, take them out and put them into your everyday life and prove that it works, then you've missed the opportunity to transform your life. I am not here to transform your life. I am not here to be the person responsible for your life. I am not going to take on anything more than my own life. And trust me, it's enough. It's complex as it is. I don't need to get into your business.